All right, welcome back, everybody. The Department of Labor is in the house, and that means there is opportunity for you and myself and all Guamanians and everything. And who knows better about what it means to put every single Guamanian with a meaningful job, a worthwhile job, something you're going to really sink your teeth into than Dave Delasol, of course, the director of the Guam Department of Labor. Hafade, Happy New Year, Dave.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having us back.
And Janella Carrera, of course, also from DOL.
Hafade,
good to see
for
you.
having us.
Okay, we are talking about a whole bunch of stuff right now. So let's start with the registered apprenticeship program. Dave, you were talking about this ever since you know when COVID first happened. People need to skill up. Apprenticeship is a fantastic way to do that.
Yes, and the one thing that I'm noticing during the recovery is employers are having not only a hard time finding employees, but finding somebody with the skills that they need. And so as money's tight with them, the GRAP program, the Guam Registered Apprenticeship Program, is a perfect fit, and also the Work Experience Program. These are two programs that subsidizes the employee as they learn up. So the GRAP is a 50% tax credit, and there's a lot.
All employers' yours just went way up.
Yeah.
They're like, hey.
So you know what you need to do is to find out what positions are that you need filled, what are those titles, and come to us, and we'll design a apprenticeship program out of it.
Okay. Now, Janella, the apprenticeship, are we talking like by definition still like, masons, electricians, construction workers of that, or?
There's actually a whole a whole gamut of types of occupations.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can actually go to the USDOL website, and they have listed like hundreds of different occupations under the Registered Apprenticeship Program.
Okay, so it's not just a traditional definition of laborers. I mean, we could even be talking.
literally have security agencies, automotive agencies, telecom agencies, retail stores, any occupation, customer service, sales, mechanics, all these, it's not just trades. So if you have somebody like in Europe, broadcasting, we can design a program.
I need to be trained.
and basically you can hire somebody that it doesn't quite have the skill level, but has the enthusiasm, and they can go into a 2 to 3 year program that mixes education and working with somebody like yourself. You would train somebody, and then you could write 50% off of your salary when you're training, and that person that you hired 50% off of their salary.
And so it's a win-win, because for the employer, they know they're going to get a competent workforce with a reliable pipeline, if you will, right? And then Department of Labor is actually designing like the framework that will make sure that people are trained the right way.
And what I wanted to try to say is, those who you train up and upskill, there's a 40% better chance of retention.
Right.
I was just going to say, what's keeping them from like skilling up and then
when you hire somebody with a college degree with all the skills, they're coming in to work for you because you're paying them the right salary and they like to work from you. But as soon as they get a salary offer somewhere else, they don't have a lot of loyalty. They'll move out.
Money talks.
But if you train me up, you invest in me, you get me those skills, and I become invested with you, then there's a loyalty that I won't just jump ship when you've taken the risk. So you have better retention.
Yeah. The return on the investment is a lot higher.
Absolutely.
When you invest in these apprentices.
Sure. Well, Janelle, that's a perfect segue now. So talking about retention and loyalty, the Work Experience Program sounds like something like that, because you will now have like a family, if you will, of employees and everything that have been there a while.
Right, yeah, so the Work Experience Program is just a little different from the GRAP, but Work Experience, it's generally the same idea, where the compensation, the employee or the apprentice, if you will, we compensate their wages. But it's about 480 hours,
which is about 4 months. And it can be any kind of position. This one is, you don't design a apprentice position, you just hire them in. And like anybody that you hire, you already have a training program to get them to understand what they're needed to do.
Right.
So, but we pay for the first 4 months as you skill them up. So that at the end of the 4 months, these are the kind of people you would have hired at the beginning. So you keep them on and you keep them going.
Are we talking specifically, Dave, for like entry-level staffers for the Work Experience, or even mid-level careers?
As long as you take the chance in hiring them, we pay for the first 480 hours, which equates about 4 months. And to skill them up to the level where you feel like you want to keep them on.
So even for service industries like on Guam, I know, we're all working together to try and bring tourism back. Maybe some, the biggest room in the world is a room for self-improvement, right? Who couldn't need like a little bit of a tune-up in their organization? So hospitality industries could certainly avail of that.
Yeah, we're basically just taking and structuring what you already do, training up the employees that you hire, and we then pay for them. So it's a way for you to take a little bit more risk in hiring somebody that doesn't quite have the skills, get them in, skill them up at no cost, and then once they have those skills, you keep them on and they grow into your company.
Key point there that Dave made, no cost.
Right, no cost, especially for the first 480 hours. And I think to be mindful of the fact that, when you're hiring someone without skills, this could be something to segue into the shortage of labor, shortage of positions in certain industries. And so when you take that risk, you go enroll into the work experience program, they're learning and getting training that they need to be able to fill that position appropriately.
Okay, now guys, I want to talk about the American Job Center, and I cannot think of a facility that is more naturally defined. American Job Center. Yeah, it's completely like self-evident, but certainly, Dave, very, very valuable for our community. And what's going on there?
So we're doing a little paradigm shift because, typically it's just like people come in looking for work. And nowadays, with phones and everything, they're not coming in as much as they usually do. Everything is done on the phone, online, and stuff like that. So what we're trying to do more is helping the businesses. So if you want to do a job fair for your business, we can do it at our facility, or we can come out and help you with your job fair at your site.
So it's almost like outsourcing a job fair.
Because how labor
those things are hard to put on.
They are
labor intensive, taking all the apps, setting them up. So we'll help with all that labor intensive so that you get those ones that you want to interview. So you concentrate more on hiring instead of the logistics of doing those job fairs. So we can do that for you. And, we're also, trying to also plug our upskilling and our boot camps so that those employees that are looking for career opportunities, we're doing our third boot camp on the bus drivers for public works, Guam Mass Transit, and a private sector.
We're going to need a lot of mass transit, and the new fleet that's coming in, as Governor Leon Guerrero said, is going to be electric.
That's
so that's a different set of skills
that we're doing. To get that I think it's a D license, requires you got to have. You can't just go and learn it. I mean, you don't have a bus sitting around where you're going to practice. So we put them. Not only did we put them into this program, but they're already working at those facilities as interns
so
while they're going to that class.
Yeah, can we talk about the fact that you guys are able to set up job fairs for private industry again? Because like when you were in the media, you and I covered many job fairs. We saw each other out in the field and was like, wow, there's a lot of moving parts for this kind of thing.
It takes a lot of work, a lot of logistics. But what's nice about the AJC is that it's a little bit more intimate. And so in my professional opinion, it produces a higher yield. You get more interested applicants that are that probably have more of a skill level that you're looking for.
Your batting average is higher.
Right, exactly. And then you probably you probably get more results because again, it's more intimate. You're reaching out to a specific sector, a specific industry. And then the employer gets to focus more on what they want to do, which is hire employees. So they don't have to worry about all the.
I'm sure the turnaround time for the employer's standpoint is important.
There's a selfish component to us for us too, is that those who don't get picked up, because you might get 100 applications, you only have 5 positions. So the others that don't get picked up, we in turn try to provide services for them.
We absorb for you guys.
Other employment opportunities.
So why would anyone not want to do this, either from an employee or an employer standpoint?
I'm telling you, we're the best things in sliced bread.
Right.
There you go.
We're the best kept secret.
We're trying to just, we're not perfect.
Well, we want to get the word out about this.
We want to get the word out. Yeah. We want to try to get more involved with aligning the jobs with the job seekers. Remember, we're only the middleman. And employers got to know that we don't have hundreds and thousands of people waiting for jobs. So if you have a job, here's 10 people. It's the choice of the employee that comes into the AJC, what jobs they want. So we're just trying to expand the the inventory on both sides.
Well, you said numerous times, Dave, when we had you on our morning show, you know, it's not a hand out, it's a hand up. And, you know, even though you guys make all of these resources available for our people, you still got to put in the work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still got to show up.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to do at the AJC is train up for career opportunities.
Absolutely.
A lot of people can go out on their phones and find those jobs.
Yeah.
It's easy. But if you want a career opportunity, you know, we have, you know, ship repair, we have construction, allied health, we have security, we have bus drivers. We're going to do some truck driving. You know, with this buildup, there's going to be up to 450 trucks on the road at one time. They're going to need drivers. We're already seeing a demand.
All right, so we want to
we're
get that
gonna look
line
at
over
that.
there to the American Job Center and blow the phones up at the Department of Labor. They certainly have enough lines. So, Janelle, what are the numbers or the websites that people can hit?
Thank you. 475-7000 or 7001. You can always go to our website, dol.guam.gov, or visit us. We're on the 3rd floor of the GCIC building. It's always best to just come in because you get your service in person. You get that one-on-one with someone,
Exactly.
FaceTime.
And ladies and gentlemen, trust me when I'm basing my broadcasting reputation on this. Department of Labor, they really are this nice when you talk to them. Like, and it's not just Dave and Janelle. Everybody at the Department of Labor could be utmost professional. So, Dave, Janelle, thanks so much for your time, and thank you for doing this for our community. Certainly worthwhile.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
look forward to another 4 years of serving the community.
There you go. All right, please stay tuned. More coming up.